To use D2L, I recommend that you open the Chrome internet browser, Google Chrome. Once you have that open, you can just search for D2L. I usually put D2L Calgary. There it is, Calgary Board of Education. There's also a link on our website. Once you get this screen, click Sign In. The CBE username is the child's student number. It's the number that they were given when they started in kindergarten. And the password is the password that they use for all the CBE applications. And it's usually a combination of capital letters, lowercase letters, and some numbers. Next, you'll see a screen that has all of the students' classes. Each class has a little picture here. If the student has more than 6 classes, you'll see down at the bottom here where it says View All Courses, and you can click that to see additional classes. I recommend you pin the classes that your child is going to be using the most. The way you do that is to just find the class and hover over it until you see these 3 dots. Click the 3 dots and then pin. So what it does is it moves the class up to the top. So you'd probably want to do this for math, science, humanities, the ones that they're going to be using most often. So you want to pin the classes. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see My CBE Google Apps. If you go through the steps that it lists here, it will seamlessly log your child into the CBE Google Apps through D2L. So what that means is if the teacher has posted something that requires the Google login, you won't have to do it every time. It'll just automatically open. The only thing is you have to make sure that you sign up with your child's EDU account. So I'll show you that now. So click Connect Now. Next, erase the student's username that was in this box and put in their CBE email address, but just the first part. The CBE email addresses always have the child's first name, last initial, and then a number. Leave this part so that it says EDU CBE and then click Create Link. It bumps you back to D2L and then it says, great, your account was found. Click Authorize. So you finish with that blue button there. Choose an account. Make sure you choose the CBE one. You do have to enter your password. And then you have to give the CBE D2L permission to access your Google stuff. So click Allow. And then finally it's done. And you'll see here that it's linked to the student's Gmail, upcoming events, and the student's Google Drive. So that's one step you can do in the beginning that will make life easier if the teacher uses Google Apps. So let's take a look now at some of the features of D2L. When you see this here, it just means that there's a discussion forum in this class and there's 48 unread discussion comments. Not all classes have discussion forums. Let's open this class. So every teacher sets up their shell a little bit differently. Most teachers will have announcements right here that they would update on a regular basis if it was a course being used for online schooling right now. You can go back through the announcements and read the old announcements. I think it goes to a certain point and then at the very bottom here, show all announcements if you wanted to go all the way back to September or whenever they started. Some teachers will have the updates, which again is just a direct link to the discussion tool. Up here, you can have different links to different spots within D2L or outside of D2L. Content is the most important link because that is where most teachers put the stuff, the assignments, the presentations, the links, etc. So this one here is sorted into helpful documents, assignments and videos, virtual classroom meetings. Every teacher does this a little bit differently, but this is how you would find them. Let's open up some content so you can see what it looks like. Under assignments and video lessons, I'm going to open this one called Assignment 3. Here it is. It's a PDF that's been uploaded. You can look at it on the screen, or if you'd prefer, you can use these buttons down here to switch to presentation mode, so it just makes it bigger. Print it, download it, zoom in, zoom out, etc. If you would prefer to have it on your desktop, you could click the download button and have this document sit on your desktop. It's totally up to you. This button to go back to the content, these buttons at the top would go through additional items within that section, which was the assignment section. And like I said, every teacher does this a little bit differently. I'm going to go into a different teacher's shell so that you can see what I mean. To get to different classes, the quick and easy way is to use these 9 squares up at the top here. It'll show all the classes, and again, if you pinned anything, they will be right at the top. So I'm going to switch over to this one. This is a math class. You can see he also has it set up with the announcements right here. He's got updates. He's got links to items in the content. Let's click right on content here and see how he has it organized. Okay, so his looks a little bit differently, but it's essentially the same idea. He has a course schedule, table of contents, and then within the table of contents, he has different chapters. And again, if you wanted to look at what these things were, click on that. 42 pages long. All right, so that is how you get into those ones. And again, these arrow buttons would go back and forth through the content. This would make it bigger. This one would add a bookmark if it's something you wanted to come back to. And here is your navigation to go back to the table of contents. Also in this shell, I'm going to go back to the very beginning of his math class by clicking just right up here on the title. So this is like his home page. He also has, under course tools, all of these different things. It doesn't mean that this teacher is actually using all these different things, but you're welcome to click on them and check them out. You can tell he's using discussions because it says over here that he has discussions that have not been read. So content and discussions are the most important ones here. Sometimes teachers will use the assignments tool. You just have to click on these links to see what each teacher is doing. Also, if you ever wanted to go back to the very beginning to look at all the classes, instead of using the 9 squares, you can always click this little home button and it takes you right back to the beginning. I'll show you how to do a discussion topic. So here's a different class. There's discussions up the top here, so I'll open that. Right now we have 2 different topics. What have you been cooking at home? And COVID-19. Handing completed assignments, some teachers are using the My Portfolio tool. Let's see, we'll open this class. Under course tools, you want to look for the one that says My Portfolio. You can also access it over here where it has your child's name, My Portfolio. It might take a little bit of time to load, especially if it's your first time going in. Here's the portfolio. All the classes are here. This is where you can hand in your work. So I'll show you how to hand in something for math. Click on Add to Portfolio. You can upload a file that you have created somewhere on your computer and saved somewhere, or you can upload directly from your Google Drive if you've been doing your work in your Google Drive. The first time you do this, you might have to, again, give permissions, but it'll only happen one time. And then within your drive, if you're using folders, open your folder, find what you need. Make sure that you change the permissions so that your teacher can actually look. April 2nd homework is the one I want to upload. So I click select, and there it is. It's added my homework. So if I click on it, I can then type something. Here is my work. Enjoy. I can also upload an audio file. For example, if this was something that I had created and I wanted to talk about it, it would make sense to do an audio file and then upload the audio file. The categories are set by your teacher, so if there isn't one in here, then don't worry. It means they're not using categories. And when the teacher marks it, they will have feedback over here on the right-hand side. Also, if I go back to the portfolio, over here it says log into the app. This is for when you have a phone or a tablet. If you go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, you can get the free app called Brightspace Portfolio, and then you can be adding your assignments to your portfolio using your phone or your tablet, and it works quite well. You could actually do your audio recording through the app. You can be taking pictures of your work through the app and uploading it right to your classes that way.